I would like to talk to you about is a few movies you need to watch in order to understand where I am in life and how I developed these gifts. I developed it through the movie, teaching me how to develop the gift. Okay, the first one I developed was The Sixth Sense. Okay, the movie The Sixth Sense. And what it teaches you to develop is spiritual realm. Okay? Which will allow you to see spiritual bodies. The next one I had developed was considered to be Knowing. The movie Knowing. And what the movie Knowing teaches you is the math timeline. How to figure out how to get to the math timeline. Mathematical numbers. Stated in the Bible as numbers. Constantine is number 3 on the list, which teaches you about spiritual warfare, what it looks like, how it occurs, the gates, the gatekeepers. The next gift I received is Next. Seeing into the future. Glimpses of the future. What could be occurring next in our future timeline. Okay? So Knowing and Next will go together. Okay? Because it's part of seeing into the future of the math timeline. And you'll need to do it through the Sixth Sense, which is the spirit realm, and seeing everything from the spiritual warfare aspect. Which brings me to 97 Contact. Okay? Contact is going to be my next one. Developing the gift to be in the ascension through the electromagnetic pole, connecting yourself to the celestial sphere magnetic pole. Allowing yourself to travel when it's time through the wormhole. My next movie you want to watch is 2012. This is considered to be a future event. Okay? It's a future event. Depending on the 2012 election that occurred in America, would predict that this future event would occur. Leading me to my next movie, Fallen. Fallen teaches you about spiritual portals. Okay? How angels and fallen angels have access to your physical vessel through the spiritual portal aspect of it. Leading me to Armageddon season 98. Armageddon. The asteroid that is going to possibly hit the earth one day. And it'll hit the water. Which was what 2012 told us. Okay, so Armageddon is linked to 2012. Armageddon's the asteroid impact. 2012 is what the wave looks like when it appears after it hits the water. This will be the day the earth stood still. The heavens military shows up. And this occurred in 2008. Same year that Breaking Bad was released, and LGBTQ, the leader, had arrived. Remember, transition started in 75. 33 years later, you get Sodom and Gomorrah and LGBTQ. Sodom and Gomorrah is mother like daughter are whores, prostitutes, and they support LGBTQ. Transformational characters, including their own children. Leading me to the last one, the Watchers Revelations. Now, what is the Watchers Revelations? It dropped in 2013. is the Watchers of Time. Okay? That's what it is considered to be. The Watchers of Time. And they have written the revelations written on time itself. For they are in the heavens seeing down through the past. For as you ascend, you are going to the future. As you're descending, you are going to the past. And that's what you need to know about a few of these gifts that I developed. And one of my last gifts that I developed that became the most valuable piece was Interstellar. The movie Interstellar, when he gets to the 5D timeline, access key to the DNA, which was considered to be spiritual. Considered to be spiritual. And it was because he was looking at the earth from the outer perspective now. That he had developed a full understanding of what it means to shift a timeline. So you have the ability to shift the timeline with a few of these gifts. One being the sixth sense, knowing, next, and fallen. Okay? And then once you understand fallen, then you'll fully understand Constantine. Once you fully understand Constantine, then you understand what occurred in 2012 was spiritual. It was an attack on the children. This is the second term. It went on for 16 years. Straight. From 2008 plus 16 leads you to 2024. Leading you to the mockery of Christ. Okay? They've been mocking Christ for a long time down here. Why? It's the fallen. They mock Christ. The watchers are watching all of this occur under time. And we're all under the knowing, the mathematical timeline. And what will happen next is seeing into the future. And when we contact celestial bodies, extraterrestrial bodies, or telestial bodies, we are talking about the celestial spirit of wormhole travel. But you need to understand the celestial time through the universal clock. It is separated from the earth clock. We're on a 24-hour ticker. 1,000 years under 24 hours is considered to be one day to God. Think about that time in his location. They don't match, and it's very hard to understand. Probably one of the more difficult parables that there are in the Bible. The Revelation was made to be so difficult to understand because it's deciphered through the coding of the riddle of the parable that you will have to access the physical, but through the 5D timeline of the spiritual access to the DNA keys to understand these movies, to understand how I did it. And you still wouldn't even understand it because there's a lot more movies I didn't put down. I'm giving you the main ones to the gifts. And it should be something like a Dolores Cannon gift, which is contact outside of yourself with higher beings, higher dimensional systems, including the Galactic Council, the Intergalactic Council, which is interdimensional galactical beings. Okay? Under the fractal light that we are all in, called a galaxy. We are inside of what they call a fractal light. Look it up.